Hello, people. We're back. It's a Wednesday, and it's Curse of Strahd night. Bears with the tier 1 sub. We sub 17
I don't
months.
even know what that means.
Teacher's pet.
The resub 17 months. So we are back for another Wednesday night D&D, and Sunday night went very, very well with the Vampire Masquerade. We had a really awesome evening with RP. It went very, very well. This coming Sunday will be back to the full crew, so we'll be looking forward to that.
Back to the future.
And that'll be a little bit more fun. This coming Friday, I believe, is session 0 for our Icepire stuff with Yanti, so it won't be streamed, but we'll be around somewhere. And then obviously next week we'll be starting back over on Yanti's channel on Friday nights for Yanti's DMing with the Icepire stuff. I think Stormlord's Wrath is the next module in that series, isn't it? Stormlord's Wrath or Stormlord's Thunder? I can never remember what.
Stormlord's Wrath.
Cool. So I think that's about it. Magic Mina, greetings. So I guess without any further ado, we should get right into tonight's session. So tonight's session is episode 40. So we've been going for 9 months on this campaign, guys. So 40th episode tonight. And you've barely touched the surface of this fucking story, guys, just so you know.
That's exactly how we planned it.
We've done a lot of some really interesting backstory stuff, and we've spent a lot of time in and around Vallaki. So that's good. I mean, I don't mind. It means we might get another 40 or so weeks out of this yet. Depends. They might all die tonight, and it might end tonight. Never know. They barely touched the story, but touched just each other. Yes, Grim. Yes, Emilia is touching everybody. Yeah, you promised me 3 months. That's the part we wanted you to think. Yeah, exactly. So, well, last we left off, you had all rested for the evening in the safety of the Blue Water Inn in Vallaki once more. Karnos again asking Zadriel about DM and how it all works, and Zadriel imparting on Karnos the tenets, or the tenets of DM. Emilia doesn't sleep very well, however, and as a result wakes really well exhausted the next morning. She wakes earlier than others, or doesn't really wake, because she is awake. But she heads outside to find more of a secluded spot, leaving a note on her bed. Eventually, as you all start to rise, Zadriel asks Adok to join her in the stable. She's got something to show him, something new she's learned. So she casts her new spell. Unfortunately, the spell doesn't exactly go as according to plan, and instead of a beautiful horse, a steed that she had intended on casting, she is greeted with a very undead, skeletal looking beast instead, in the process scaring the crap out of Adok. Just how it sort of worked out. Even Zadriel was a little taken aback by it, but came to a bit of a conclusion that it might be just this place that's screwing with certain magics. Karnos' interpretation of the DM tenets being a little literal, leading to some interesting conversations before eventually finding that Emilia had gone missing and was out looking for food because she was hungry. This didn't really concern anyone except for Zadriel, as she went looking for her. Eventually finding her and you guys getting together and heading out, knowing that you had a full day's of travel ahead of you towards the ruins of Berez in search of the life seed, the final of the 3 that you had promised the Martikovs of the winery that you would deliver. As you travel the road, finally on your way, and you happen upon a woman, an older woman, near the bridge across the river, Fibblesib, usually suspicious. She's a hag. Everyone else saying, it'll be fine. She's not a hag. She's just a kind old woman. Turns out Fibblesib was quite right in this particular instance. And indeed, the two hags that you let live, or that escaped you from the Bone Grinder windmill, have returned to seek their revenge on the death of their mother. The woman shifts her form and the battle ensues. The hags generally didn't really pose that much of a threat for you guys. I don't think anyone took any major damage. Battle went back and forth a little bit, but eventually Karnos finishing off one of the hags by beheading her as she tried to leave his area of combat, and the other, Zadriel, smashing her head in with her warhammer, sending bits of brain and goop everywhere, as is Zadriel is wont to do. Seems to be her thing, exploding heads, as it turns out. Collecting yourselves, and you continue on journey, and eventually encounter a horde of undead along the road. As you run, Emilia transforms into the giant elk once more. However, this time, again, this form is not the majestic giant elk that she once was, but an undead version of this creature. Zadriel resummons her steed, and with some of you on Emilia, some of you with Zadriel on the horse, you make your escape, heading towards the Swamps of Berez. This transformation and quick getaway enabled you to travel a little bit faster than you would normally have done on foot. So you've actually arrived at the swamp about an hour or so before the sun is due to set. So it's still very dim and very dark, as this place seems a lot more foggy than the rest of Barovia. We now rejoin our crew as you sort of walk down the remains of what would have been the road leading into the Swamps of Berez. The fog is very thick in places, making it difficult for you to see more than maybe 120 feet ahead of you. You have the sound of bubbling swamps and marshlands and flies in your ears. You can see the remains of several small homes, or what would have been probably huts or homes of some description. The roofs caved in, the walls crumbling and falling in. The sound of a small river can be heard to your southeast, and you also notice sort of an airy green light coming from across the river as well. Sort of it's not like a lantern light, but it's just an eerie green glow coming from beyond the tree line. And we will now switch over to the swamp. And unfortunately, that's about all you can see as you enter the swamplands. The broken cut just in front of you there, the trees. You can see the what's left of the old road. The ground either side of that road is very spongy and damp, as if this whole area was recently underwater. Very soggy underfoot. But I'll now turn over to you. You scroll out a bit and look down. You'll see that green light coming from off in the distance, sort of hazing through the fog. So it is up to you what you wish to do and where you wish to go.
Do we follow the road, or do we follow that light on the... What do you think, people?
Road. I think the road's probably the safest option.
Send the mechanical thing to go check out the glowy thing.
What?
Send the mechanical thing to check out the glowy thing.
Alright, go on.
Mattress.
Go along.
Your mattress. Send your mattress.
Matrix.
Yeah, that.
So how far can Matrix go on his own? Is the question.
Well, that's a good question. Let me find out.
While he's finding that out, what I will get you all to do is I'll get you all to roll a perception check now that you're all sort of looking in that general direction of the green light. Scathus with a 23.
Carnos won't roll because he can't see much in front of his eyes. Actually,
You'd be able to
Can
see
I
the
get-
light. It's not dark.
in that distance,
Yeah, you'd be able to see the light. You know, it's not 100% dark, but it is getting that way. But you would definitely be able to, even with your limited vision and sort of darkened areas, you'd still be able to see that glow.
okay.
So we've got two 20s. I'm gonna have to fix that as well. 18 from Emilia. So Karnos with a 5. Karnos and I think it was Scathus with a low roll. No, Adok with a low roll.
Yeah,
But
I
everyone
got an
else, you will not see this initially until sort of someone may point it out. But those of you over a 15, notice that every now and again, see a shadow and with backed onto that light, sort of peep out from behind one of the trees and swing a lantern backwards and forwards, and as if almost as if they were beckoning you over. Like you can see them swing it, and they sort of wait for a minute. They get no response, and they sort of duck it back in behind the trees a little bit, and then eventually pop out again, sort of looking, swing the light again, sort of waiting for some kind of response. Karnos, if you want to see a bit more, if you right click on your token, you'll see a flame icon on the top right, which is a torch. You can actually
just
turn your
interrupt
torch
here
on.
a little bit, DM, but I'm seeing 2 Carnoslers here on the map.
Yes, am I?
Why are we seeing 2 Karnoses on that?
Yep.
No, we don't. But you should better right click on your token, Karnos. There should be a flame on the top left.
Nope, I can't click anything on the tokens.
What do you mean you can't click anything?
But I can't do anything with it. I can zoom in and out, but the token
You can't
does
move
nothing.
your token at all.
Oh, I can. I don't know what that is, but no right clicking.
What the fuck is going on? Fucking typical. Hang on.
Yeah, I can't even highlight me.
Something's not right here. Again, typical Foundry update bullshit. And I'll re-add your guys' tokens. See what we have
Oh,
here.
yeah, it might have been when the other token disappeared or something, because I definitely clicked it earlier.
Yeah, it might have been 2 Carnoses did it, because mine was working.
And
Yeah, so was mine.
Yep. It's just Carnos.
who am I missing? Fibblesip. And we better put Matrix over there as well. So now you should be able to add a torch to your token by right-clicking your token, and there'll be a little fire symbol. Should be able to turn on and off.
Nope. Sorry, no can do.
Well, I've got it on your token, so that's weird.
Yeah, I can't even move or anything.
Seriously?
Yep.
Fuck, man.
It's not doing anything it was doing last week. Hold on, let's see if I can turn in circles.
You get the ownership for him on?
Yep.
Uh,
Don't go too far, Fibblesip, or I'll take your token off.
do I have
Gotta
to
get this
press-
sorted, guys. So it's only Karnos, so everything else is working except for you, so it has to be on your end, Baz.
Here we go. Okay, I can move now. Yep, I don't know.
Maybe
Oh, yep, now
You
it's
were
working.
loading, probably.
Oh, possibly. You might have still been loading, yeah.
So is that little flame?
Yes,
thing
so
that's
if you turn it
torch, is
on, let's click it. It should give you a torch light. Which I've just done for you.
Okay, good, because it was doing nothing still. But I've got the symbol up now.
I'm going to turn it off. Try it again, because I'd say it's probably might be your PC.
Do you have to right click it as well?
No, you just left click it.
Yeah, nah, no dice, bro.
Is it highlighting white when you hover your mouse over it?
Yep.
You're not able to click it at all.
Well, I'm clicking it, but nothing's happening, sorry.
Fuck me. Can
Is it
anyone else
'cause
do
he's-
it?
Is it because he's
Is it
got like a
because he's
status
blinded?
on his head?
No. Got no status on my end.
He's got a blinded status or something.
Oh, not on my end.
Yeah, but I can move now, so that's good. Well, I can turn in circles.
Do you have to have a number and the number below it? I'm assuming it's the number of torches.
Nope.
'Cause
That's got nothing to do with it. Oh, hang on, maybe it has.
Yeah, oh, maybe I've got none on my back. No, because I bought some.
No, I haven't added it to that, so it shouldn't even make any difference. I'll put a number in there and see what happens. No, that's just a level thing. That's to show whether you're flying or not. But I'll turn it on for you anyway.
It's okay, you turn it on. I've lit it up a torch, everybody.
Because everyone else should be able to do it too. You should be able to do it on your own.
no. Okay.
I've got a flame. I've got a flame with a red.
Hey, now I can do it now that you've activated it. Look, on, off, on, off.
Oh, there you go. So maybe I have to actually turn it on for you guys. That's weird.
Oh, mine works.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
I haven't got any, so-
Everyone should have it. So
I don't
Eh,
know in my inventory, I don't think.
doesn't matter. I'm not worried about torches. The torches are such a mundane item that you can make a torch out of a stick and cloth. So whether you buy them or not, it doesn't really concern me at all, honestly. But at least
Hey.
now it's working.
so
Hey guys,
everybody, I lit up a torch, yeah.
did you see that?
Sorry, guys.
Did you see
We'll
that
get back to the show.
thing down there, swinging his lantern? It's like a little ad hoc or something. We should go down there.
Okay.
He was looking at us, I think. Maybe
No.
that's the Burgermaster. Burgermeister? That guy.
It could be. Trouble, did we find out if you could see your bird thing there?
The bird can go as far as it wants to. I can only cast a spell to it within 120 feet. That's the only information that's on it. So yeah. What I might do is I'll send it to the tree over here, and then
Yeah, ping the map where you want to send it.
oh no, I'll just move it there. No, I won't, because it won't. Yes,
What's
it
its
will.
movement speed?
Think. 30 feet.
Right.
Wrong way, feeble. I'm supposed to go to the light.
What light?
The
There's a
light
light?
down south there.
Yeah, if you zoom out, you can see it.
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
that. Baby. Now, another 30 feet. And that would be. Oh, okay, so he could move to. Come here. Move.
This
There
thing
is
is
a
not
wall there. I cannot move there.
it's not working. This owl thing of yours isn't very good.
So you've just sent him into a building.
Is it? No, he's flying over it. He's 30 feet in the air. There we go. That would explain why it's
Yeah.
saying there was a wall there.
Because there is a wall there.
Yeah. from the wall. But yeah, so he would fly over in there, and then I would see some weird greenness.
You guys can all see the weird greenness coming from the lights, from the trees there anyway. But from how far is it? Hang on a second.
60 feet dark vision.
You got 6 feet dark vision?
Yeah.
So you
Which is what he's got.
definitely be able to see that far. So that's cool. So what your owl can see, I don't know how he's able to communicate this to you. So I don't believe you're able to communicate with him at all.
It's
As far as I know, it's not like a companion, thing familiar. So, but you can definitely see that there's someone there holding a lantern. Looks like a woman. I'm not sure how your owl is to communicate that information back to you, however.
People, I don't think you're as smart as you think. Have you been tested or anything compared to other gnomes, or... I mean, did you... I'm just... So what do you see?
Nothing.
Maybe we send a real person like ad hoc there.
Or how about I just send a message?
Oh, yeah, that...
To send a message, do
forgetting.
you not have to know?
I have to know the rough location of where they are.
You have
I
to
don't-
know the
unless I'm
person, though?
familiar with them. No, I don't have to know them. No. Just if I can see
You
them
sure?
or know where they are. Yep. I can look it up for you.
Double check, because
Yep. You point your finger toward a creature within range and whisper a message. The target and only the target hears the message and can
Okay.
reply in a whisper that only you can hear.
you'd have to get a whole lot closer than what you are to see them.
It's 120 feet.
Yeah, all you can see is a torch. You can't actually see the person itself. So you would have to get closer to physically be able to see them. Well, actually, no. You can see the torch. You can get a rough idea. Well, there you go. You can cast it from. What is your message?
Cool. Adoc's just going to point over there and he's just going to say, "Hello. Are you swinging a torch? He wants to come over. Are you friendly? I'm not. You can reply right back." Yeah.
Get about a minute or so passes before you hear, "Hello? Are you? Why are you in my head? Yes, I'm swinging a torch. Where are you?" That's all you get back.
All right, guys. I think she's like an old lady or something. Seems a bit senile. Probably safe to approach.
Ask her if she sees those people down there and what she'd want to do with them. Then we know if she is bad or not, like the hag. Huh?
Wait, what people?
Us. You know.
No, she said like she doesn't know. She said she just swung a torch. She doesn't know where we are.
Oh.
I feel like we should probably just walk over. I
Okay.
feel, yeah.
Okay.
That's just another height. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll start walking over.
Start making your way over. Making your way down.
I'm going to revert back to human form because I still now.
Okay. Yeah, try not to go through the houses because you may not actually get through there. Possibly, you might. You're lucky.
I'm going to revert to human form because I still an elk. And I'm not
Yes.
sure if I did the mic on or not then.
Yes, you did. We heard you.
Oh, I found your owl mattress. People.
So go to the water's edge at this point. I will move you all. Make it a little bit faster here. So I'll just group you up here for a second. Grab you all.
But what if I wanted to be where I wanted to be?
You have no fucking choice right now. I need you all to make a perception check again because you're not sure how deep this water is. It doesn't look too deep, but you need to find a reasonably suitable place to cross in order to not get too wet. Zadriel is really focused on this light and is not really interested in the water. Scathus, Adok, Malia, Bibble, we're stating on Karnos as well. 21. Karnos, you're preoccupied as well. You do need to come further up the river a little bit. So we're going to move you up this way. And eventually, with the collective, you find that you're able to cross over this side here, and then down this side of this little river here, and back over to this area here, which puts you pretty much right in the light. 1 second here. I'm going to switch you to a different scene. So as you approach from this side, see this woman standing in the center of what looks like a series of standing stones. Now you can pretty much, she sort of turns to face you, and for some reason audio is not working again. Well, I've got to love these new things. Okay. So she turns to face you, looks at you. She's got a lantern with her. Gonna do a roly-poly. Doing here. Little old lady, not too dissimilar to the old lady you saw at the bridge, although the one noticeable difference is she's wearing a cloak made out of what looks to be crow feathers, and she's got a necklace which looks to be quite sort of almost Native American in style, like bones and feathers and beads and stuff. She's holding a, as you can see in the token there, show you that. Got to better show you that one. So that's pretty much what she looks like. Looks friendly enough. Sort of looks over at you, doesn't say anything, but just beckons you over to the center of the stones.
Hello, I'm Zadriel. Who are you?
My name's Muriel Venshaw. Come quick. We've much to talk about.
Adolf's just gonna put up a hand if anyone goes to take a step forward, as if to stop him.
She comes over to you. Please come quickly. Come into the light where I may see you a bit better.
We can see that it's a full circle, right?
It is a full circle of what looks to be very old stones. There's vines and flowers, and this green light just seems to be emanating from nowhere. Like it's all around, and inside the stones you can see it coming through the stones, through the shadow there. Emilia, you being this close to the standing stones, you get an odd feeling. It's not negative at all, and it seems whatever this seems to be in tune with your druidic nature. So you definitely get a positive feeling from this whole area here at the moment.
I would like to divine sense celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet of me.
You get no reading at all. 60 feet.
Okay, well, I will step forward and...
So again, just to give you a bit of a description here, a dozen moss-covered mires form a near-perfect circle in the spongy earth. These weathered stones range in height from about 15 to 18 feet. A couple of them sort of lean inward as if to share some great secret with their inscrutable neighbours. A weary-looking peasant woman sort of is now confronting, not so much confronting you, but standing close to you. A rusty lantern clutched in one gnarled hand and a dagger clutched in the other. She's a little, like, she's not aggressive, but she's... Get the impression that she's ready to defend herself if is necessary.
So I have my hand kind of on my hammer since she has a dagger, and I'm going to say, we were told to talk to the burgomaster first before we Oh my god, yeah.
Burgermeister of Berez. Well, that will be hard since he has been quite dead for some decades now.
Oh.
But if you were to travel to the mansion, or what is left of it, you may still be able to speak to him. His ghost is said to wander near there.
Oh.
Forgive me
What?
if I seemed a little standoffish, but please come. It's warmer in the circle than out there. As I said, I am Muriel, and I see worry on your face. I know Martikovs. I am allied with them. You are safe.
Okay. Okay.
Please, follow.
So yeah, if I may,
Yes,
can I insight check that?
certainly can. Anyone who wishes to insight check, but she moves back to the center of the stones.
Carlos has spent that minute just studying her.
Yep.
Just
Everyone roll.
watching.
Everyone
watching
roll
her.
insight.
That
Natural
one.
one.
I'm not going to insight check. I'm just going to study her.
I'm not
How she-
going to inside check because I don't know what a Markov is. I'm not 100% sure Emily would he.
I'm just gonna follow her in.
You've all heard the name Martikov. Erwin Martikov is the owner of the inn, and is a were-raven. And his father and brother you've also met at the Wizards of Wine Winery.
So Zadriel will follow because she
So
was at
none of you passed the insight check. So as far as you're all aware, she's quite on the level, and seems relatively harmless. So Emilia, as you enter this circle, stones, it's odd. You sense a sort of a presence here. Maybe that the site was once sacred to possibly druids that once may have resided in Berez, and this is their circle. This is something they built. You get a real strong urge to wild shape in this circle. Like it's almost a compulsion to turn in. It doesn't matter what it is, just to turn into something within this circle.
DM, would a minute have passed?
Yeah, give or
Standing here
take.
talking with her. I would like to know, because I have ability called Know Your Enemy. If I spend a minute observing her, I can learn some of her capabilities. I would like to know, and it says, so you could probably take this how you want, DM. I learn about her capabilities compared to my own. So I would like to know what her armor class.
Her martial abilities compared to your own.
It specifies. I have to say strength, dex, constitution, armor total. So basically,
Okay.
if I say
So what do
armor
you
class,
wish-
you say lower
okay.
or higher.
So what are you wanting to know?
Yeah, I would like to know her armor class compared to mine. Is it lower?
It
or
is
higher?
lower.
Excellent. And her current HP, is it lower or higher?
How much information can you glean from this normally, though?
It just says if I
Are you
spend a
able to
minute
give all
observing
the
her
information or just partial information?
I'll read exactly what it says to you. If you spend at least 1 minute observing or interacting with another creature outside of combat, you can learn information about its capabilities compared to your own. Strength, dexterity, constitution, armor, current HP, total class levels, if any, fighter class levels, if any. That's everything it says.
Yeah, so it's not really specific where it allows you to have all that information or discretionary based on
Yeah, your choice.
your
It could be
skills.
maybe the more minutes.
I'd say I'd give you the armor class. She's definitely I would say she definitely have a lower HP than you. That is obvious with
Yeah,
her
the age.
relative frailty. Like she's definitely older. She'd be in her 60s.
Sweet.
But the one thing you will be able to glean from that is that she is no fighter. She has no real martial ability.
Excellent. That's what I was looking for. Thank you.
So yeah, so do what you will with that, Emilia, but you have this strong compulsion right now to wild shape while in this circle.
Emily is going to wild shape into a deer.
So as you transform yourself once again into this creature, magnificent creature of the forest, and this time in the circle, it is exactly what you would expect it to be. Standing before you now, where Emilia once was, is a very majestic-looking doe. Emilia, this form. Excuse me. Normally, the hit points of a doe would be rolled and would have a relatively low hit point. But in the circle, whatever you, it seems that this creature has its full maximum amount of hit points. So it's just seems stronger than a normal casting of wild shape.
And so because previously she turned into it, she was very skeletal, wasn't she?
It was very undead looking. So in the circle, it seems to be bursting with almost life, I would say. Emily, you also get a temporary 5 temporary hit points for your base hit points, and that will last for 24 hours. Basically, until you complete a long rest again.
Muriel, what does this circle do exactly?
Well, this has been here for a long time. Used to be a coven of druids here. They live here and work here. This is their place, sacred place.
Does
You are
Strahd...
safe. You are safe.
Oh.
No need to panic.
I'm wondering if Strahd can penetrate this barrier or not, because Emilia didn't look like that before.
Strahd can be anywhere. He is most powerful. But just something about this place feels safe.
What is this green mist we have all around us here?
I'm not entirely sure, but you feel warmer, yes. And as she says that, you actually do feel that within the circle, although Skathis or Adok looks like he's still outside the circle, those that are within the circle actually feel a lot warmer. Like it's almost like you're inside of the inn. It's a noticeable difference. You don't seem to have any negative effect from it at all. She then sort of turns and looks back towards Berez, back across the river, and just starts to sort of talk without really looking at you, or to sort of, she's talking almost at you, not to you. But it's like she's telling, almost like she's telling a story. She's sort of off in her own world a little bit. She goes, Berez was abandoned long ago. The river here flooded and flooded the entire valley, killing almost everybody. The Burgermeister remained even after death, apparently, as some say atonement for not providing better safety for this town. Beware of Babala Saga. He lives around here. She is a powerful hag. He does not dare step over this side of the river, however. But I'm not sure if you saw the large tree shaped almost like a house in the center of Berez. That is where she lives, so I should steer clear of it if I was you.
Do you know anything about a rose plucked too soon, like maybe a woman around here?
Rose plucked too.
Very beautiful.
Maybe no.
Oh,
Hang on. She starts thinking for a moment, and then she says, "I wonder if you mean Mariner."
Oh.
Ask the Burgermeister. He did know. If you were able to find him, he should be in the ruins of the old mansion across the river here. And she points out across not the way you came, but further up river. And you can sort of, the fog is sort of still quite thick, but you can just make out the water's edge, and you can just see the ruins of a larger building off in the distance. And she sort of points in that direction and says, that's the old Burgermeister's mansion. Maybe check for him there, but avoid the centre of Berez. Try and, if you want to not meet Baba Lysaga. And the way she describes Lysaga, she really suggests you do not want to entangle with this creature. She also says, as she does say this, you start hearing almost like the bleating of sheep, but it's not sheep, it's something a little different. Kind of weird, in fact. You'd almost say it was more maybe goat or something in the distance. But she says, Baba Lysaga she looks like she's trapped several goats, mountain goats. There's a pen over there. I think that she uses them for food. I'm not sure, but there are a few. Maybe 10. I don't know. It's weird.
What are you doing here? Is there anything we can do for you?
No, I just like to sit here, and it feels nice and warm and safe. And I watch Saga. I watch the Saga. Well, no, don't live here. I just watch the Saga, make sure she does not do anything nasty to anyone who travels. Warn travelers of who she is.
I look over to Zadriel and I'll say, if she can stop this Baba Lasagna, maybe, just maybe, she could be of aid to us.
How so? In fighting her, or
maybe just keeping her at bay. If she's maybe, I don't know, important to any part of this mission we are on. Excuse me, Muriel.
Yes?
This Baba Lasagna, she...
Lysaga.
Lasagna.
Lysaga.
I'm with you. Lasagna. Right. She's a bad creature. Evil. Something to that effect, right?
You know what a hag is?
Yeah, we fought a few of them on the way in, didn't we, Mr. Stibb?
Well, then you know she is evil. All hags, they work for Strahd. They are his minions. They do his bidding. As does most foul creature.
So if you have the ability to stop her, is that what you're saying?
Oh, no, I just watch.
Oh, so what if she does something bad while you're watching?
Watch and warn.
Oh, so
I'm warning you of who she is.
Right.
So you are prepared.
Do you want us to, like, get rid of her?
Oh, you would not be able to do that.
Oh, why is that?
You're not strong enough.
Oh, well, team, looks like we're done here. We're not strong enough. We've got to go. Well, of course we're strong enough. Why would you say that, Muriel? You don't even know us.
we have killed several hags.
Yeah.
Or not like Lysaga. He is different.
Well, maybe we talk to this ghost first, and then we see what we can do. Can you maybe distract her or warn us if she gets close, maybe, while we go down there? We keep an eye out?
You will know if she gets close. She flies around in a big skull thing.
Oh,
You will see her coming.
I know, because there's no wagons here, so I don't blame her.
But there is a wagon up in the north of town. But it was broken, I think.
Yeah.
Every time you talk Drax and chat, it zooms in on your token.
Zooms in on you, yeah.
I'm gonna have to turn that off.
All right.
Okay,
It's
we
all good.
will thank you for your advice. We appreciate it. If there's anything we can do, just come find us. Does anyone else have anything to say?
I'm glad she's not a hag.
Okay, well, bye.
Yeah, they are a quiet team tonight, aren't they, Zedriel?
What did you guys do while I was gone? Did you just not speak to one another?
So, Emily, why are you trotting around? Oh,
Skaith's shoulder.
Because I'm a doe. I can't speak, I'm a doe.
Yeah, she's still in animal form.
Speak with animals. Emilia, why are you trotting around?
It's nice and warm. I like this place.
She is happy.
sorry, Scaphus, you were going to say something there.
Never mind.
No, this is the perfect place. The circle of, well, it's like the only place where life can grow, right? The circle of life. Speak, Scaphus, in the circle of life.
Yes, it's very moving.
Skaith puts his head down and pulls his hood even further over his head.
That's
Yes.
fair.
He's pouting.
He is. Right, Mr. Strahd, do you think we should go and talk to this ghost person then?
Well, I thought that's what this chick was, but apparently no.
Sure.
So
She's-
where's
yeah.
the manor from here?
It is to your west and back across the river, to the northwest.
Oh crap, we gotta go across the river again.
Yes, you will.
Adolf,
Twice,
are
in
you,
fact.
are you happy to take point, Adolf?
Oh, sorry, what?
Sorry, mate. Are you able to be like a scout? Just go ahead of us as we walk. Scout, I can't see very well.
Well, I mean, yeah, Jadriel, I feel like is, very quiet, and she's got those boots, and she doesn't make a lot of noise. I mean, I don't do well in darkness and mist and stuff, and she's got a shield. I feel like Jadriel's a good scout, right, everyone?
I mean, yeah, we should stick together, of course. I wasn't meaning like go well ahead. I just thought you could be a bit better of eyes. Nonetheless, I could get out a torch. I just thought it might show our, comings and goings.
Do little people need help across the water? Or are you good?
Yeah, I almost drowned last time, so yeah, that'll
Yeah.
be
And some places it is 10 feet deep, and others it's reasonably shallow. So again, I won't make you make another perception check, but it would take you a little bit to find a couple of places. 'Cause to get to where you need to go, you will have to cross the river twice. It's like a split. It's like a bit of an island in between. But I will put you on back on the shore once you reach it, because we have to go back to the other scene. But it takes you a little while, about 15, 20 minutes.
Uses his staff to
Yeah.
poke out a way.
And you find a shallow enough place where you can all cross without having to carry anyone. Emilia, whether you remain in deer form as you leave the circle or not is up to you. As I'll need to know whether you do or not. That's all.
Would I start to feel normal once I'm outside the circle?
You wouldn't have a noticeable change the moment you stepped out of the circle. If you remained in deer form as you step out of the circle, the deer's form would almost rot as you step out of it. The skin would fall away, there'd be patches of dead skin and flesh, and the form would become more undead again as you stepped out of the circle.
Emily is going to go to the edge of the circle and go, dead? Alive. Dead? Alive. Dead? And probably revert back to normal.
Yeah, definitely, that would definitely happen. Anywho, so we'll pause that for a second. So as you make your way back over, you now find yourselves back on the right side of the river. And before you is a large pen which has skulls on top of all the posts. There's no gate to really speak of. and is about 8 or 9 mountain goats. Just sort of milling around in here. Nothing out of the ordinary. There's, as I said, they're just wandering around freely. They're not scared. They're just there. To your leftish here, up here is what looks to be the remains of a large building.
Okay, so we go to the building.
Yeah, it might be a good idea if we sneak.
Has it been 10 minutes? Because I have my speak with animals up for 10 minutes.
Probably borderline, probably right on the verge of it ending.
Hello, is it safe to come over? Your master's nowhere near?
Order.
People, they're hungry. And thirsty.
Right. And you want me to feed them?
You are supposed to be the smart one.
Can't produce food out of midair.
I didn't ask. Well, what do you think we should do?
Let them go so they can get food and water?
Maybe after we talk to the ghost, I have a bad feeling about that.
Yeah, sounds like a rule, Smarty. Let's go talk to the other one. Why are you talking to goats?
They might know where their master is.
I don't think they like their master.
Are they like cows?
What? What have you got against cows?
I don't know. Cows seem stupid.
Yeah, well, I can't really argue that point. They are pretty dumb.
I'm going to. Yeah, well, you blew up one, so you probably hate
Hey,
your
I
cow.
fixed your leg.
You blew up. Hang on, what? You blew up on your fixed leg. How did you fix the leg?
I'm walking.
Okay.
I made a new one. It is pretty simple, really.
So Zadriel's making her way over to the mansion.
Okay. Haddock. Yeah,
Yeah.
Haddock. Yeah, can you just sort of guide me? I don't want to light up my torch and let everyone know where we're going. I'm stuck. I can't see, mate. I mean, I can see, but just not real well.
All right, well, just put your hand on my shoulder or my head, and I'll just, walk forward.
The guys in the mansion just hold up, wait for the others to catch up.
You want me to light something?
You. No, I don't want to give position away by lighting up torches.
Hey. It's okay. So I'm gonna go to this broken door looking thing. Several broken doors.
Yep. So you're in the south end of the village. Lies the remains of a mansion which is built on higher ground. It's slightly raised compared to the rest of Berez. It's been reduced to piles of stone and rotting timber. Empty arched windows sort of breach some of these walls. South of the ruin is an untamed garden. Runs rampant around the place. Everything's sort of overgrown and broken. Surrounded by broken walls that are no longer able to contain this garden. East of the ruin, as you look out the front door to where you are, Zadriel, there's a statue, and it looks like maybe a graveyard in what used to be an old church. The ruined mansion's littered with rotted remains of old furniture and decor. Rotting curtains hang from what used to be windows. And you get a sense that you're not alone. Something's here, definitely. You can't see it at the moment, but something is here. And at this point, Zadriel, something brushes by you and touches you. It touches your right shoulder.
Hello.
Do I see this?
No, you do not.
Was that any
No
of
one.
you?
No one, can you see invisibility by any chance?
I'm just asking.
Divine sense. Celestial feel undead?
The ghost undead?
Well, I mean, it's not alive.
It's not alive. That's the thing. It's not really undead either because it's dead. So I don't know. I don't know if it's see ghosts or not. We'll say yes. We'll say you sense the presence of something, not just Emilia, but something else. There's another presence here.
Mr. Burgermaster, we are here to see you.
You hear that sort of mournful sort of. Again, something touches your other shoulder this time.
Are you guys getting touched?
I'm touching that up so I can see where to go.
Someone's touching me.
Yeah.
It's not me.
I'm out. Yeah, I'm not getting touched, just by Carnos.
And you can all hear that sort of sorrowful, almost low moan now on the ear.
Zadriel, maybe it is time to put a light up. Things seem to be getting ominous.
Or maybe it is time that we, just leave this place and, let the people find the scene themselves.
The rest of you now notice, Zadriel doesn't notice it because it's behind her, but a figure just apparates just out of thin air, standing right behind Zadriel. It's a figure of a man.
So I'm pointing in towards Zadriel, pointing behind you.
Yeah, someone just appeared behind you, Z.
And that is basically what you see. That's the top-down version. What you see is just a wispy, bluish figure of a man, maybe in his late 40s, early 50s. His eyes, where his eyes would be, there are none. It's just a sunken-in sockets. His jaw is sort of lulled to one side and hanging slightly open. He has no feet. Sort of just hovering there, sort of looking directly at you now, Zadriel, as you slowly turn with your companions pointing out that something's behind you. And this fog has almost just pulled itself together into this sort of glowing blue apparition.
I'm going to curtsy or kneel on one knee and say, Burgermaster, we are seeking a woman of great beauty plucked too soon. And Muriel last said you would be here, so can you help us?
Welcome to Berez. I am Laszlo, Burgermeister.
Ooh. How did you die?
Water.
Oh. Yes. Muriel told us about the waters.
Why do you invade my home?
Someone else want to take over?
Nah, we're just visiting, mate.
No, you're doing fine, Zadriel. Just keep going.
We were told to come here about this card, and I wrote it down, and it's a rose of great beauty plucked too soon. And the master of the marsh is supposed to know.
Mariner.
Oh, Mariner. Where would we find this Mariner?
Travel west. 200 paces.
200 paces. Oh, is it are they buried?
Beneath the earth.
Oh. Well, is there anything we can do to make you at peace?
He's sort of turns and floats for a bit. He doesn't really say anything, but his arm reaches out and just slowly points towards west, where you asked for this rose plucked too soon, and then starts to fade, and then disappears.
And I called you bear.
Yep, I'm doing it already.
DM,
That was like death gripping the bear.
sorry, DM question.
Yes.
I know it's fairly dark here, but it's not nighttime, we said,
Not
right?
yet.
So,
It's getting close. All this
it's
time, yeah, you're probably borderline now. So
and it's still super dark for me, obviously, because
it's dim enough that you would be really starting to struggle to see any more than sort of 20 feet in front of you.
so I didn't see the ghost then. That was
He would have been lit, like he would have been apparated
lit?
enough
Okay,
that he
so-
would have been enough for you to see him.
okay. That's cool. I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
I'd lean to Adok, who I'm still holding the shoulder of because I still can't see a hell of a lot. I'm like, if he's sending us to the Mariner, right? Mariner means like water or water dwelling or something like that, right? So he died in the water. That's kind of what he said. Does that make him the Submariner?
I don't really get it, but yes, probably.
Right. Sub means below, Adok.
Oh, right. Yeah, it does.
Should we light something now?
And with that, the last
Yeah.
of the day's rays now leaving you in darkness.
Yeah, DM, I would definitely, if Zadriel, actually Zadriel, you line up your shield, are you?
Yeah.
And that doesn't help a lot for me.
Well, you can light a torch if you want.
I might have to. DM, can you light me up a torch because I still can't seem to do it.
Still can't do it.
It's.
That's so random.
I'll tell you what's happening is it's got a little orange line over it, like it's etched out. And when
Yeah,
Oh,
you
maybe you
okay.
don't. Maybe you don't. Maybe it is tied to your inventory. So check your inventory and see if you've got torches available.
Okay.
If you haven't, let me know and I will add them for next game.
Yeah, I don't have them, so
And are you able to light a torch though?
no.
Flash? No. Okay, so that must be tied to your inventory. So I will add torches to your guys' inventory for next game.
Funny
Yeah,
because I bought a bunch. I've got 8 in my inventory.
So that's random. So you should be able to turn it on because you've all got permissions to do it. So
I
So-
can't see inventory at all.
I will give the people that don't have torches, I give 2 torches since I have 10. So that'll be, I think if you two don't.
I think most
then
of you have dark vision except for Emilia and Karnos anyway. I'll turn torches on for both Emilia and Karnos at this point.
Actually, I do
Great,
have
thank you.
I do have torches.
I'll check into it because for some reason it should be working because you've all got permissions to use them.
Yeah, I'm wondering if I go into inventory on Foundry, it's not showing the torches. I'm wondering if it's not recognizing them in Foundry. That's probably
Okay,
what it is.
but that's what I mean. If you got torches in
Yeah.
Foundry, not in your actual character sheet on
Yeah,
D&D
so-
Beyond, because it'll
so
be.
that's what it'll be.
That's exactly what it'll be. So
Yep.
I will rectify that for next game.
It's no hassle. We'll just ask you to turn it on for me. That's fine.
Yep.
So my
Let's-
sorry.
Go ahead.
Shield's on my back. I'm holding a torch just so everyone knows.
Laszlo said 200 paces west. So we should go that west.
Okay, now, is that 200 paces your 200 paces or 200 paces my paces? or
Maybe his
200 paces?
paces. He looked kind of human. So,
So what I'll do again,
forward.
guys, just to make it a little bit easier here, I will move you to where the location is in case saves you wandering around aimlessly.
And what's wrong with that?
for 5
Um,
hours.
Well, I will move you to where you need to be. So 200 paces to the west leads you to a statue.
Now, you guys, 200 paces, was that from his position or Zadriel's position or the doorway? Was it?
Do we have a shovel?
So as you make your way, counting off 200 paces to the west, you see the image of a statue come into your torchlight. Hidden by the fog and elevated a few feet above the surrounding marsh is a raised plot of land, barely 10 feet on each side. Enclosed by a disintegrating iron fence, in the centre of this is a life-size stone monument carved in the likeness of a kneeling peasant girl, clutching a rose. Although her features are grey and weather-worn, she bears striking resemblance to Irina Kulyana.
Oh.
Carved into a monument at the base of the epitaph reads as follows: "Taken by the mists." Common.
Oh, that looks just like Irina.
Yeah, Rose taken too soon. That starts to make sense now. We know the story, right?
Yeah.
And yes, Zadriel, I have a shovel right here, and it on the strap to sort of the central part of his pack. There is a shovel. I check my inventory.
I do not have a shovel, so keep going.
Roll
Why do we need a shovel?
roll an investigation check, Karnos. Someone else can give him advantage if they wish to aid him in checking the statue and the surrounding grounds.
Yeah, I'll give him advantage.
So roll an
Right.
advantage.
Oh shit! I forgot I can right click that now.
In D&D Beyond, you can right click and give roll with advantage or disadvantage.
I still didn't do so well.
So 10. 10's all you needed, so you're fine.
I do amazing stuff if that helps.
Not really at this point. This is just to notice something. So, Karnos, as you sort of look around the base of the statue looking for a potential place to dig, you notice that the statue is not actually attached to its base, its plinth. There is a join at the base, and it looks like someone's tried to move it, and it's twisted just slightly, enough for you to notice that there is definitely a trying to figure what the word is. It's like almost like an indentation, or there's something beneath the statue, like a place to put something. It's almost like a sarcophagus of types, but it's not big enough for that. But it's that same sort of feeling. But it definitely looks like the statue's been twisted and moved, and there's something beneath it.
Hey guys, the statue is immovable, I believe. Does someone want to maybe check it for some trap works, or give me a hand checking it for trap works just before we move anything around?
Who is good at checking for traps?
That he's
I
just
don't-
sneaky one.
Ada?
Yeah, I'm not so good at noticing things, eh? It's not my bag.
Oh, all right. I'll give it a crack. Adam's gonna walk over, and before he does, he's gonna touch himself and cast.
I touch myself.
He's gonna cast guidance on himself.
So you cast guidance on yourself.
Yes. What role would you like me to do? Investigation,
For what specifically?
looking for traps and whatnot.
Investigation, yes.
Okay, got an 8.
So you'll that was with the D4 too. Look at that. So I added your guidance and thing. So 8 is pretty bad. There are no traps that you can see.
Adam's
Welcome
gonna
to my world, Adok.
come back round to Carlos, everyone else, and go, all right, so I had a look. There's no traps. Should be fine. Someone can reach in, have a go.
Where you go, Adok?
Hey, I looked for traps. I found nothing. I did my part. I feel like Scafers. It's up to you. You can reach in.
Oops.
Let's work together, Scafus. I'm
Re-
quite strong,
re-
and you're
re-
quite strong.
Reach in what?
You can have two if you want.
There's nothing. There's no hole there. I can't reach into anything.
It's not big enough to reach into now. David and Emily.
And I'm a weak shit.
Can we tilt the statue or something? Maybe
Yeah, or turn it maybe.
I can
Uh,
help lift or pull it or something.
Yeah. You're quite strong, aren't you, Zedriel? You've smashed some heads.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't have to
okay.
worry about that, Drax.
So are we helping each other? Do you want?
Yeah, if we help each other. Are you? Does she look stronger than me? I'm going to study her for 1 minute.
Totally stronger than you, Connors. There's no debate.
I would imagine over the time we've been together, I've been studying Zedriel for quite some time, and I would like to know, is her strength higher or lower than mine?
In this instance, you probably haven't been doing it for long enough, as you're discussing what you're doing. You would have to spend that minute focusing on just that.
Okay.
I would say I'm not going to let you get away with that. You would have to spend that actual minute focusing on her specifically.
We want to move the statue without wasting too much time. So
strength check. If there's going to be two of you doing it, you can both roll, or one can roll with advantage.
I'm going to look at her and think, okay, let's see how good she is, and I'll let you roll an advantage, Yanti. Give her a hand.
16.
16. Nice. So with a 16, Carnos, you and Zadriel both brace yourselves in the mushy sort of ground and shoulder into it and push. You hear that as the statue twists and moves to one side, and then it sort of slides off the base, hits the ground with a bit of a thud and a rumble. And beneath the statue is a indentation, something wrapped in cloth.
So I'm probably still holding it. Anyone want to look down there and see?
Oh no,
Yes.
the whole thing's fallen over, like it toppled
Oh,
over.
never mind then.
Okay.
Yeah, the whole thing toppled over and hit the ground.
Oh, so as we twisted it, it sort of...
Yep.
Did it break?
Nope.
Oh, thank goodness.
The ground's
we-
still kind of soft, so
We can stand it back up when we're done. I feel kind of rude doing this to this lovely statue.
What is that
Hey,
on
that's
the
a good
ground?
question. And I sort of kneel down and hold my torch over the hole and sort of have a good look at what it is before we touch her.
it's something wrapped in cloth. It's all wrapped and tied up at this point.
Zadriel,
Hmm.
it's something wrapped in cloth.
Oh, for goodness sakes, give it to me. And
Okay, here.
Just unwrap it.
Oh, shit.
And Skek's readies himself for a fight.
Okay.
So you start to unwrap it.
Yep.
1 second. Gotta find something here.
Roll initiative.
No.
Roll a constitution
Rick
save.
can't say.
No.
Roll a death save.
As you unwrap this piece of cloth, it's old, it's damp and rotting. The string breaks away in your hands as you open it. As you pull back the cloth, and the cloth falls away into your hand, and as you do so and unravels, your hand naturally grips what seems to be the hilt of a blade. But it's just a hilt. But the moment you take the weight and grip the blade in your hand, or this hilt in your hand, the blade lights up in a brilliant show of almost bright sunlight as you
I do the He-Man She-Ra thing.
Oh, sweet, it's an automatic torch.
basically that's roughly just to give you an idea of what the handle on that. So it's a very simple sort of handle and hilt, but the blade is that of pure sunlight, which is what the card suggested that you would find here.
The DM provides.
He does. Hey, guys, we'll be able to see from now on. Zadriel has found a magic automatic torch.
No, it's just. I think it's a sword.
Oh, How
Of
you-
sun.
can't cut with lie.
Feeble, didn't your diary say something about that? Oh,
Oh shit, something's
Oh.
happened.
It's a weapon that
Unfortunately,
Strahd
as
really
you've
doesn't
disturbed
like.
the resting place of this magnificent weapon, from the marsh to your south, you hear the sound of death. Not exactly what you're hearing at the moment, but imagine the sound of water breaking and the sound of wet, soggy feet hitting the marsh as walking towards you.
Carlos,
As you sort of peer into the darkness outside of your torchlight, you notice something coming towards you.
You were saying, Zedriel?
Carlos, are you good with the sword? Because I'm good with the hammer. Do you want this?
Okay, yeah, unless no one else wants it, I can grab it.
It does it.
Alright.
So,
Is the sword in D&D Beyond?
It is. It's under Sunsword.
Manage inventory.
You will not be able to use it yet, though.
Okay,
So
Sorry.
just hold off on that for now.
I will stash it in my backpack. as she throws it to me and the sun sword goes out, we're like, hey, where's the button? to
So
make
what
it
we're
go?
going to do, guys, is we're going to roll initiative here in just a second. I'm just going to add this all to a combat. So whenever you're ready, you can roll initiative.
fine. 20. That one sounds like adult.
I'll just turn it down a little bit.
Yeah,
Um,
especially at the moment. Wasn't Donald raspy?
so, why is it showing Adok as dead?
Well,
Oh, great. Well, it's,
he was in the back.
That's weird. It's showing you as dead.
we're revealing plot lines.
I think I know what it was. I know what it exactly was. Might have to re-roll initiative here, guys. Hang on.
Oh no, I got a nat 20.
So did I.
Oh damn, we're all unconscious.
Yep, we're all unconscious now. I'll have to
Actually, Emily's
redo.
unconscious.
No, we'll keep initiative as it was. No, we're going to have to re-roll it. It's this is bugged out for some reason.
Damn it.
Give me a second. For some reason, it's showing you all as dead in the encounter.
That's a big assumption.
Oh well, game over. Next.
Yeah.
But
it's-
TPK. Yeah.
Oh no, maybe it's just the new way they're doing the combat. God damn it.
Until proven alive.
Oh shit. Oh shit, I did a thing.
He did.
Oh, the world blew up.
The world blew up, guys. This is what happens when you do some new play with new things. You're not sure how it works.
The sword is blinding. I can't see anything.
As soon as you gave it to me, it went out. So I put it in my backpack and I'll stick with the trusty axe till I can figure it out.
Turn these lights back on. So who had torches running? Dadriel and
Yeah.
Karnos?
Correct.
Did Emilia have one running as well?
I didn't turn one on.
Okay,
I think it's still.
right. So now we'll redo initiative. Sorry, guys.
Can
I will get this fucking sorted eventually.
Can I put myself back to where I was, by the way?
Yes, put yourselves back to where you were. Since you're
Gotta
so
frickin'
since
mine
you're so anal about it.
Well, I don't want to be amongst all that. Setting the little ones in first.
Why do I have two Emilias on mine? Might have to refresh mine.
It's in the women and children's guide. That's
Yeah.
really.
Women and children first.
Why is my initiative not working here? I'm just going to roll it from beyond.
Yeah, roll from D&D Beyond on your initiative.
Yeah, because
Well, it doesn't
I
really
tried
matter.
from the utility, it didn't work.
No,
Yeah,
it's
it
just what it is. Shit happens. I feel like Emily did have a torch running because it was a lot brighter. But we'll just go from there. So, first up, we have Karnos is first in initiative.
Right, that's good. Karnos likes me first. Now, the nearest enemy I can see would be this one here, is it?
Yeah, he's definitely zoom in here a little bit so the viewers can see what's going on.
I'm going to...
So Fibble, you're up after... Actually, no, you're not. Yes, you are. Holy, that was me rolling D20s. That was me rolling initiative. So Karnos, you first, then Fibble.
Sweet, I moved to here.
Yep.
The first guy I could see around the tree. And as I get here, I'm like, guys, I can see like 7 of them. And then I take a swing now. I drop my torch at my feet so I can see.
Yep.
And draw my shield as I'm moving forward. So the
No
torch
problem.
will be behind me.
We'll allow that.
Sweet.
Yeah, so what you're seeing is definitely they're not there's the same sort of zombies you fought with Zadriel, so they are different. They look like they're bloated, undead corpses. So they basically look like they've drowned and come back to life.
And then I'm going to make a single-handed attack against this first zombie thing. Bloated corpse thing. Oh.
Bloated corpse thing?
It rolled damage. I pressed the wrong button. Never mind. Natural 1 to hit.
Natural 1 to hit. That'll miss.
It sure will.
You strike forward and try and hit this corpse, and it just doesn't.
And I swing around really angry because I missed it. This big bloated thing, and I drag it through the guts with a natural 20. Oh shit! That's
the
great.
Natural 20. Roll your damage. Natural 1 and a natural 20, guys.
So D&D Beyond hasn't done that crit thing, have they?
No, you'll have to do that yourself.
So I'll do that. So I'll just roll my damage and then I'll add 8. So 8. Fuck off, right. And I get to reroll. No, I don't. 8, so that's 9. 9 total damage because the crit was crap.
It doesn't really matter because this particular commoner is dead.
Okay, guys, they're really squishy.
Yeah, it's this thing you literally cut through it. The body's soft and smushy, and just cut through it. But as the corpse drops to the ground, it leaves a pile of swarming snakes in its place.
Ooh, swarming snakes. And that is, well, I was going to move, but if there's swarming snakes, I'll definitely stay there.
I haven't had a chance to update the token on this, so we'll have to deal with that one in a moment, guys.
Oh, good. And that will be it for Karnos. Two attacks. Slash one guy. Swarming snakes.
Level Steep is your turn.
I'm going to take a shot at... Wait a minute, why is it not... Oh, there we go. That one?
Yep.
Is...
Deed.
This dude. 15 to hit.
That'll hit.
12 points of piercing damage.
Piercing damage, and poof. 12 points of piercing damage, and another swarm of snakes.
Excellent. And then I'll just go, right. Really easy to kill.
And now it is this one's turn. He's going to move into Karnos. And he's going to make an attack on you, sir. Which will be 15 to hit.
Unfortunately, I have my shield up, so no, he's clang off my shield.
So it says a club, but he's not actually attacking with his club. So
That's fine.
they don't actually have clubs. He's attacking with his hands, just trying to hit you with his fists. Just a
hit the
single
shield.
attack, and that is his turn. And now it is this guy's turn. He's going to move in around this side here. Turn around to face you. He's also going to make same attack. Why is it rolling with a D4? Because it's +2. Not actually, shouldn't be rolling a D4 at all, but it is. Anywho, 20 to hit.
20 definitely hits.
And you take 3 bludgeoning damage as you get socked with a soggy wet hand.
Soggy wet hand.
Adok, it is now your turn.
Great. Okay, so Adok is going to barrel roll over this statue that's fallen on the ground to find some cover, if he can. And
I'll give you half cover behind that.
fantastic. And then he's going to reach into his backpack, pull out like the metal rod, 2 metal cylinders, throw it over the statue, and 4 little legs are going to sprout from it. It's going to create a flamethrower cannon.
And create a flamethrower cannon. Cannon is out.
Great. And I believe that can move 15
Oh, I
feet.
bet.
So the cannon's just going to start to move. I guess we probably can't go through people. It's going to move there. Oh, how do I? Nope. There we go. And that'll be that for now. That is it.
Okay. Is that for now? Okie dokie then. So that is you.
Yep.
Next up is this one's turn. Gonna move into you, Skatus. Going to target you, and he's going to attack with a 7, so he'll miss. Next up, I believe, is this swarm of snakes, which is going to attack Arnos. Which is a 16 to hit. I don't know if Carlos is back yet. We'll resolve that when he gets back. Emily, it's your turn.
So is a 5-foot square 4 bricks, or is it just 1 brick?
5 foot is just 1.
Alright. Sweet, that's fine. I am going to move to there.
Yep.
Just FYI, his AC is 18.
Okay, so it'll miss anyway. So, cool.
I'm going
I should know that. I can see it on my fucking sheet here. Righto, all yours.
I'm going to move to there. I'm going to use mold earth and take out. Like, click on this thing. Will it let me click on it? Okay, so the snakes that are right next to Carnos,
These ones here.
those ones there, I'm going to take out 5 foot of dirt directly below them and dump it back on top of them.
Okay.
Effectively meaning that they're 5 foot below the ground. And that's all I'm going to do.
No problem. That's all you're going to do. So we need to reload this for a second, guys. Okay. Little bit of a thing here. Cool. So that is your turn, Emilia. Zadriel, you're up.
I think Skathis has pretty much got that one in the bag, so I'm gonna go for the snakes.
Disappeared beneath the snakes. Oh my god.
Oh, there's a guy next to me. Okay.
Yes, there's a guy next to you as well.
I'm gonna
So-
hit that guy.
You're gonna hit that guy. I was gonna say because if you go past him towards
Yeah.
the snakes,
I didn't see him.
yeah,
going up
he'd
there.
get an attack of opportunity. But if you're gonna attack him,
Oh, 23 to hit.
yeah, he's dead. You don't even have to roll for damage. He's only got 4 hit points. He's been smushed.
Yeah.
No snakes this time.
Okay.
But
and then I will move. I'll turn around and hit the snakes.
Go for it.
My second one. 11.
11 on the snakes. That'll miss. They're slithering and swarming around, and as you slam down on the ground, they sort of disperse around your hammer and sort of swarm together.
And that's me.
It's you. Now it is their turn. They're going to attack back and bite you. With a 17 to hit. I believe that misses you because you're at 18.
Yeah, that misses.
So they miss. That is their turn. Skathis, you're up.
So yeah, attacking that zombie that's next to me.
Go for it.
So 22 to hit.
That hits. No need to roll damage. It's dead.
9 damage.
You don't need to roll damage. It's dead.
Did it anyway.
Your base damage would kill it. You punch it. The thing is, as you punch it, your hand goes through his ribcage and comes out the other side, and it's all covered in goop and stuff. But it's definitely dead.
No extra surprises there.
Nope.
Awesome. So yeah, that's not the end of my turn. So I'm going to we'll click that first, move to there.
Yep. And your second attack.
Yeah, that one.
Go for it. Slam it. With an 8. That'll miss.
Oh well.
You sort of misjudge, and your hands are a little bit slippery from the last one, and you misjudge the attack. So we're back to the top of the initiative order with Karnos.
Righto. Karnos would be saying, please DM, be with me. These creatures are foul and smelly and squishy. and he will take a swing at the one, two, I'll ping it because I can. That side of him.
Yep, go for it.
And I'm going to swipe low and try and take him off at the knees. Oh yeah, 28 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. That's dead.
It sure is.
and
then I'm going to
take its legs off and it drops to the ground. Unfortunately for you, well, not unfortunately, but again, another swarm of snakes is in its place.
And I don't see the snakes because I've done a reverse turn and I'm going for the head of the one next with my second strike.
Roger that.
And that's that one there.
That'll also
21.
hit, and it will also die. No more snakes appear with that one, however.
It looks like DM is with me. Come on, guys, this is awesome. And that's it for me.
Bibble, your turn. Adok, you're up after that.
Right, I move there, and then attack that one with...
Yep.
A
natural one with an 8, so that'll definitely miss.
So,
Ting!
yay!
It hits the dirt next to it.
Oh, wait a minute. Can I actually use that? No, it's ability check and saving throws. Crap! Alright, yeah, that's it.
Adok, you're up.
Right, my little cannon walks another 15 feet there. That's okay. Turns that pile of snakes, and as a bonus action is going to shoot flames at it.
Shoot flames at it, you say?
They need to make a dexterity saving throw.
One second. Gonna shoot flames at it, alright?
Okay.
Dexterity saving throw, you say?
Yes. For 9 damage. Oh, that's cool.
Dexterity saving throw. That would be a natural 20 for 24.
Okay, so they take half damage.
What's the damage?
9.
9, so it'd be 4. So they're pretty quick, these snakes. Don't seem to take a whole lot of damage from your flames, but they did take some. Is that your turn?
Yeah, then Alec's gonna, seeing just the past snakes, jump back over the pillars, seeing that it's safe, get right next to Fibble, and if it looks like he's gonna take a clear shot, it's gonna unleash a firebolt at this pile over here. If I could target them somehow. Doesn't look like I can.
Double right click on them.
Or alt left click as well.
Oh, there we go.
Alt left click works too.
Oh.
For targeting and untargeting.
So that's
a firebolt to hit 18.
18 damage. 13 to hit. No,
13
20 to hit.
20 to, well, that definitely hits. So which one are we using here? You got 13 to hit. Okay, so plus 7.
I don't know why it's rolling twice, but yeah.
Yeah, that's weird. Because your first one was an 18. Oh, that you rolled damage before you rolled the hit.
Yeah.
That was weird. Anyway, so what was the damage? It was
18.
18. And it was 13 to hit?
20.
Making sure.
13 plus 7.
Alright, so... that will definitely hit, and they will definitely take that damage. Looking a little upset. A few snakes are singed and burning. One or two of them seem to have died. The rest are still there. It is now their turn. Skaters. Carnos. Get an attack. Swarm of snakes. With a natural 1. That'll be a failure. Don't worry about any kind of save. That's that turn. Double check something here. Do they get more than one attack? Don't think so. Okay, so nope. So next up is this one. They use half their movement to come back, slithering through the pile of earth that you've just dumped on top of them. Emilia. They all start slithering through the soft earth. And they will also attack Carnos. God, with an 8 to hit, so that will miss as well.
Ah, someone get these mother freaking snakes off my mother freaking boots.
Emilia, it's now your turn again.
So the area's pretty wet, is it?
It is all pretty damp. It's swampland.
Sweet as.
So the ground's pretty soft.
Emily is going to use shape water, and for the same ones that she hit last time, she's just going to freeze the ground underneath them, so it's basically sitting on an ice pad.
They're going to freeze the ground beneath them, okay? Is that all you're going to do?
Yep, that's all I'm going to do. Basically make them difficult for them to move.
Zedriel, now your turn.
Okay, I am going to use the hammer on the snake by the cannon.
Okay.
Oh.
27.
Is that a natural 20?
That's a natural 20. So the crit will be 16 points of damage.
Okay. So I don't, yeah.
You don't, you don't have to roll the crit on this one.
Okay, cool.
It's
That's
done
nice.
it automatically, yeah.
All right. Is it still there?
Still there. 16 points of damage. That was your first attack.
I'll hit it again.
Still there.
15 hit.
That'll hit. With 7 points.
That should be me. Oh.
You've squished a few, but there's still a few there. They're definitely still there, but definitely made a few popping sounds of snake bodies under your hammer.
All right.
So with that, you gonna move? Yay,
No.
nay? No. So this lot of snakes is gonna start slithering around your feet and attack you with a 7. Oh my god, my rolls have been terrible. Gathers, you're up. These snakes are horrible. I don't think I've rolled anything above a 15 or 17 is the highest I've rolled so far. Try and beat those snakes. Gathers. You know you're good at beating the snake, mate.
Use your bare hands. You got this.
So the zombies are all gone and dead.
So that was a 9. I guess that's a miss.
That is a miss. As the snakes hiss at you.
And that one.
That's also a miss.
I don't want to do it. No, I won't do it. That's it for me.
It's it for you. Carnos back to the top of the initiative order. Fibble on board after that. These snakes hissing around your feet.
Right. Carlos is going to, and I've got the enemy targeted already. He's going to swing his battle axe low. Actually, I'm going to do a little multi-chop action on the ground.
Chop away. Which one are you targeting? The one on the side there?
Yeah, I think I've got it targeted.
Yep, you have.
I'll use this one here. Boom. It doesn't look good.
18 to hit. 11 slashing damage. That hits.
That's good. It didn't look great on screen, but better than it looked. Sweet.
So you killed a couple in that shot. There's still a few there.
All right, I'll do the same
around.
thing. Like, get off my damn boots, and I'll do it again. Slashing down.
Slashing down with a 17. That does also hit and is enough to finish off the pile of snakes. You managed to kill off the last few around your feet.
And I'll once again say, the DM is with me. The DM is with us. Attack like your life depends on it. Even though I don't really feel heroic because these things are rather easy. And that's it for me.
There's a few. Fibblestep, you're up. Couple of swarms of snakes left to go.
So I didn't do it. Damn it. So I'm going to move there, then there, and attack this one.
Go for it.
A 23 to hit.
That hits.
Crap. 3 damage.
Woohoo!
And that's it.
That's it. 3 whole damage. It does the damage, but looks like you might have just scathed one beside you with your bullet there.
Terrible.
A firebolt. Yeah, it was
terrible for a firebolt.
Ground's a little wet, a little damp. Snakes are all slimy. Haddock, you're up.
Okay, the cannon again. It's a 15-foot cone originating from the cannon. So I believe it should hit both of those snakes right in front of it. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yep.
Yeah, they need to make another dex saving throw because it'll do the flames through the fire and flames.
So a dex save from both of them easily enough.
I would have to make that too, would I not?
No, you're you're outside of the cone.
Okay, sweet.
That graphic just a little bigger than 15 feet.
Sweet,
oh, not bad.
The 10, so we're looking at a save of 14. Rolled a 14 on the dice. So that's one of them saves. The other one, roll for now, I'd say also saves.
Damn it, they take half damage.
The half damage. What is the damage, good sir?
10, so it's 5.
This one's not looking too good. And the bottom one's not looking too good. The other one's about... there's a few left, not many.
Okay, and for Adok's last sort of thing, he will do another firebolt at the snakes around Zadriel's. feet. With a natural 20.
That'll hit. And I'm pretty
Okay.
sure the damage left would kill it because there's not much left on that one.
There we go.
That takes care of the rest of those snakes. Still got a few left around Karnos's and Zadriel's feet there. So next up, is that your turn?
That is my turn.
Next up is the snake's turn. Again, Karnos, determined they're going to bite you. That's a better roll. 21 to hit.
Oh, they're climbing up my legs. Help
So
me.
you'll take 7 piercing damage, and you'll need to make a con save, please. DC 10.
Just check that because I had a reaction. Sweet. So Shield Master Evasion allows an effect. I can take half damage on a success. Okay, so what was that? What
Con
type of
save.
Con save. Alright.
Is that an effect against things like poison and stuff like that once you've already been hit? Or is that the piercing damage?
Only effect on the piercing damage.
So you'll take half the piercing damage.
Yep.
So it'll be 3.
9
but-
save,
So
otherwise.
you'll take 17 poison damage, however.
Okay, sweet.
So yeah, that's that. That is their turn. Emilia, it is now your turn. Snakes don't seem to be bothered by your icy ground as they haven't moved.
Excellent. Sweet, I'm going to move to there.
Cool.
And I'm just going to use healing word on one of my healing thingies. Cure wounds on Karnos, who was right there.
Cure wounds.
For 9 points of healing damage.
Oh, thank you, Emilia.
And that'll be me.
No worries. Cure wounds has been cast. That is you, Zadriel. You're up.
Hit this with a hammer
Hit it with the hammer.
for 18. And that's 11 damage.
18. That'll definitely hit. And you'll smash it, and that'll kill it.
Oh, good.
As you remove the last of these annoying snakes from the ground. And that is the end of our combat. So you've now rid yourselves of the annoyance. It is still dark. It is still very much nighttime. You can still hear the flies and the bubbling of the swamp, but you are out of initiative.
Those things came out of nowhere, didn't they?
I feel like when we took the sword, they came like a trap.
Yeah. Is everyone all right?
Need to check something on the sword before. Nope, you're good. Just wanted to make sure it didn't need to be attuned or identified.
Oh, well.
I believe we should go back to that stone circle. It might be safe there.
And free those goats.
I don't know if I really want to mess with those goats.
No?
How about we have a look at them tomorrow? Decide then.
You want to stay here?
At the stone circle. Seemed pretty safe, did it not?
When she's riding around on her skull, she will see us.
And to be fair, I do not really trust that weird lady. As much as he seemed nice, just a little bit weird. Just sitting there in that
Okay.
circle.
Just to note, you want to go back. Where were we again?
People does have a trap thing, and I don't know. I guess it'd be okay. Should we go? Berez.
Brez. No, not we're in Brez.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Not playing WoW now, man.
Well, we better. I mean, can't stay out here in the swamp doing nothing. At least maybe. It's heading into night. We're not going to get back to town in time to sleep. We need to find somewhere safe, right?
That's why I suggested the stone circle. It did seem safe. Did it not, Emilia?
Oops.
That was a good trick.
Well.
What do you have for the 7?
Aren't we also supposed to find a seed that's in here? We've got a sword of light, but we don't have a seed yet.
You're going to bring that up.
Actually, Carnos, could you give the sword back to Zadriel?
Sure.
Just for a sec.
Yeah, no hassle. Here you go, Zadriel, and I rummage through my pack and pull it back out, the handle.
So
Hold it up
again,
like Shira.
the same thing happens for you too, though, Carnos. As you pull it out of your backpack and grip the handle and the hilt, as in, and you're not meaning to sort of fully grip it, but it's comfortable in your hands, and the blade lights up.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. And I hand it over.
Ah. What do you want, Skaters? Why do you want me to have it?
Well, I thought it would just work for one person, but obviously it works for anybody.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be discriminatory against who wields it.
Yeah, I'm a hammer person.
Have you got training in swords, Zadriel?
Yeah, but I just like the feel of the squish.
Oh no, that's fair.
So, I pass it back to Carnos.
Before you do, Zadriel, as you're holding it in your hand, an immense wave of emotion just washes over you. Longing, despair, as if you miss, the same feeling you get when you miss someone dearly, a feeling that you're very familiar with. Just the longing to missing something, that something's missing, and it's not your emotion. This is not coming from you. This is something outside, but it's just that. Just as you go to hand it over, just that washes over you all of a sudden, and it almost sort of overwhelms you a little bit.
Carnos, hold this for a minute and tell me what you feel.
All right. I'll take the sword. Feels like a sword that lights up, that lets me see.
And it does. It's about the same as the torch. So it's 20 feet of bright light, 20 feet of dim light, but it's white light. It's not the torch light that you currently have from your torches. It's very much a bright sunlight type emanation. It's again, and you're sort of looking at it, wheeling it, and you say, I don't really feel anything. But then, just as you say that, a feeling of hatred and just raw anger washes over you. Again, it's not your emotion. It's not coming from you. It's coming from somewhere else. And it just washes over you just for a split second, and you get a flash of Strahd's face in your head at that emotion of hate and anger.
Would I know where this emotion is coming from? Could I
roll an intelligence check for me?
Intelligence.
Oh God.
Intelligence or religion? Choice is yours.
Oh, you make it hard on me. My intelligence is all right. And yeah, it's like not much. Oh, that'll do,
Not
though.
bad. 16 on the roll, so 17. You're not entirely sure exactly where it's come from, but it feels like. Do you put the sword back in your pack? Because that was what your intention was, or are you just holding it?
I'm just holding it at this point because she handed it back to me to see what I felt. So I'm just.
So you're holding it. You get this emotion. You're sort of thinking, "Man, that was weird. That's not mine. I don't feel that normally. I don't feel that kind of rage and anger."
No.
Could it be the sword? Could it be something else? And the moment you sort of think in your head, could it be the sword? You get another emotion, the emotion of love, but this time it's not like love between a man and a woman. It's a love between family, brothers maybe, and then the feeling of betrayal almost instantly after that.
I think this sword is a conduit for the DM. It's the DM talking to me through the conduit of the sword. It's like this.
You get a wave of absolute laughter, of the emotion of laughter,
A wave
and like the feeling that you get, like you know the feeling you get when you know someone's talking utter bullshit, and it's just you get that sense that, man, what the fuck, that kind of feeling.
I felt sadness and longing and despair.
Roll another intelligence check for me, Carnos.
So, DM, just so you're aware, Carnos gets the idea, I think, that the sword is giving the emotion. I'm not exactly sure why, but Carnos.
Yeah. As you're talking and these every time you say something, you get a reaction almost from the feeling you get as a reaction to what you're saying. So you would definitely get that impression.
Carnos, being the person he is trying to bolster his team. So even though the sword is laughed at him, he's like, yes, you felt sadness because the sword was sad that we don't all listen to the DM. And I hold it up like He-Man above my head. And I go, by the power of DM, this is the sword that shall destroy Strahd.
Yeah.
And with that statement, as much as the feeling of being laughed at comes over you prior to that, with the statement that this sword will be the sword that destroys Strahd, you get almost immense sense of pride and of sort of just being filled with pride and heroism, that strong heroic type of feeling.
So maybe
maybe
the sword wants to be with you. You don't feel despair?
I activate awe. No, just
Oh.
I think, I don't know if it wants to be with me, but I feel like the sword and the DM that's talking through it says, this is the thing. You hold it and say, the sword will destroy Strahd, and feel that feeling it gets. Everyone put your hand on the sword. I won't
put
say
your hand on
yet.
my hilt.
Put your hand on the sword, everyone, and say, the sword will destroy Strahd, and feel the power. And I'm looking at everyone, come on.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Who else joins in?
Yeah, Adolf's going to touch Carnos's sword.
Yeah, and grip it.
I'm going to actually touch the hilt, because if I touch the sword, it would probably hurt.
Funnily enough, no. For those that have gone near the blade, there is no heat. No heat or anything coming from the blade. And when you touch the blade, it feels like steel. Like it feels like a regular steel blade, even though it is bright, burning light shape of a blade. But it doesn't burn. I mean, obviously, if you try and cut yourself with it, I mean, it'll cut you, but the blade itself is not hot to the touch.
Come on, everyone. Emilia, you touch it as well.
All right, then.
Scapus, come on, touch my sword. Well, not mine, everybody's Strahd killing sword.
And
I'm
this is,
fine, thank you.
and I repeat it. This is the sword that will destroy Strahd, and see what happens.
Yeah, hopefully we all
You
feel
get-
that.
Yeah, you somewhat get that same sort of feeling. That it's a feeling of almost triumph and that kind of positive. It's a real positive sort of feeling coming from the sword, but at the same time, you get a really bemused or slightly less than confident feeling sort of underlying that as well.
Yo,
Cedric also feels this.
our DM, Emily, Emily, you touched this, didn't you?
Yeah.
Which part of the sword did Emilia touch? Blade or the hilt?
I would have gone for the hilt as well, but
Okay.
That was my question. Does it affect
Yeah.
her touching the hilt as well? or
Not the hilt, no. But just Emilia is kind of standoffish when it comes to the blade end. It is rather bright and it is sunlight. It does sort of pang. You know how if you walk out of a darkened room into natural sunlight, you get that sort of pang on your eyes, that sort of pain behind your eyeballs. That's pretty much what Emilia would feel if she sort of looked directly at the blade. It would be almost like looking into direct sunlight for her.
yeah.
But as far as touching the hilt, there's no adverse effect.
Adok, whilst touching this sword, would like to cast Detect Magic, if he can.
Yeah.
Just to get a sense of trying, because obviously he's feeling like emotion coming from it, yeah, and he's listening to Karnos, so he's just wants to try and understand more of what this thing is.
So what does Detect Magic give you? About basically it just tells you that it is magical. It won't without identify, you won't be able to glean anything more than it is a magical weapon.
Yeah, I learn at school if it has any school of magic.
Doesn't really have. It's not really magical.
Okay.
It has an arcane sort of glow about it. The blade itself, which you can tell is probably some form of sunlight type spell, but it's not a spell. It's kind of odd, but there is no other magical properties on it.
Cool.
I'm going to actually cast Identify on it because
Okay.
I want to know how to make another one.
I wonder who had this sword.
You cast it, what? It's not a ritual, it's just a straight cast?
Yeah, just a straight cast. Level 1 cast.
So,
While I'm touching it, so it's bonus.
you're touching Karnos' sword while you cast Identify. Woohoo.
Yes. I'm trying to identify Karnos' sword.
So, this,
not my
as you
sword,
cast
Cedric.
Identify, I'm going to give you make an intelligence roll with your proficiency as well on top of that for me. If you beat my DC, I'll give you a bit more information. Well done. So, the Sun Sword. You know it's a Sun Sword because that's what the card said. It was a sword of sunlight. The Sun Sword is very unique. As you cast your Identify and you focus on this weapon, into your mind's eye, you see a young man standing with a sword with a hilt very similar to this at his side. Does not have a blade of sun, however, in this particular vision. But this young man looks very, very similar to Strahd. Slightly thinner features, slightly different coloured hair, stands about 3 inches shorter than Strahd. From what you have been told in the story from Madame Ava when you first came here, Strahd had a younger brother by the name of Sergei. You can only assume that this is possibly what's been shown to you. This division then shifts to a man in robes, hooded robes, holding the sword, casting some sort of ritual over it. The blade shatters, but the hilt remains. Then it switches again, and you see the same hooded figure handing it off to a younger man in acolyte's robes. Shifts again, almost like it's fast forwarding in your mind. Just again, you see that same young man mutilated in the Slavich woods. Sword, the hilt no longer with him. And then your vision comes back to you.
Cool. Don't know how to make one of these.
That's
But
what
very
you got.
cool.
What's cool?
Well, apparently, I think, not 1,000% sure, but I think this sword actually belonged to Strahd's younger brother, who Strahd killed. So that's probably the reason why.
Are you all still touching it at this point?
Yep.
Yep.
Nope.
Emily has taken a hand off. The rest of you, at the mention of Strahd's younger brother, again, you get that sense of anger and betrayal come over you, just washes over all of you.
So I reckon that's the reason why this sword is going to kill Strahd. But who's going to wield it? Do we give it to what's his face?
Yeah.
It's gonna look very.
Ishmark, yeah.
Oh.
He's a sword wielder, right? He's had his sword out a few times in battle.
Very good on me.
Yeah.
Who's laughing at that?
Son of a bitch. One thing that you remembered from your vision, Fibblestib, is the original blade. When you saw it in the, what you can only imagine would be a wizard or some form of mage, that shattered the blade. It was not metal. It was a very fine looking crystal. The crystal blade, almost glass-like.
Yeah, I can't make one of these. Be funny if I could.
Never say can't, Mr. Stib. That's a defeatist attitude, and if with that attitude, you'll never get a sword.
Righto, Kynos. You can't walk properly.
Oh, I can. I just can't walk like you. Yet.
Uh-huh.
Gotta keep a positive attitude. The DM is with us, and I hold the sword up like He-Man again.
I hope that sword, accidentally slips and slides down your throat.
Why would you say that?
Maybe
Because it's not the DM's sword. It's frickin'.
Maybe ask the sword who it wants to be with.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Maybe we should give it a name as well.
Maybe, I don't know about you. Maybe we should walk and talk back to the Green Circle, because standing here in the dark, weird place, it's a bit worrying.
We're walking and talking.
As we talk. So I'll ask the sword what? I'll start one question at a time. Sword, who would you like to wield you? Okay.
Get a feeling of what's the feeling of, I don't know, shrug. Just
Confusion, maybe.
not so much confusion, but
Unsurety.
Unsurety.
A moment
Yeah,
of-
just yeah.
It's not a word, I made it up.
Well, I mean,
Enigma.
just a feeling of just not really caring. Like it's like, doesn't really matter, kind of deal.
It
What'd you
says it's the feeling of meh.
Oh, it doesn't like you.
Yeah. Like Grim says, the sword
like
does
it
not
doesn't-
give a shit.
Yeah,
It must not like you.
yeah. I don't know if it doesn't like me, but it definitely doesn't like care who sees
So
it.
you
deserve
guys
it.
are
Yeah.
going to head back to the circle, you were saying?
Yeah. Heading back,
Yeah.
walking back to the circle. So it's basically a sword of Dillygaff.
Yeah,
What's a dilly
Exactly.
Yeah.
it's like a goat.
I'll
It's the
explain to
dilly
you
goat
later.
gruff.
The goats. We gotta get back to the goats.
We got to go kill that hag so
I've
we
got
can
to
free
feed
the
the goat.
goats.
Feed the goats.
I think the hag is just a detour.
Well, how about we go kill the hag in the morning after a nice night's sleep?
They could be dead.
Hang on, while we're walking and talking to the circle, Adult, you wanted me to ask the sword something too, right?
Yeah. Well, like, what should we call it?
Oh,
What's Strahd's brother's name? Do we know?
Yeah,
sword.
you've all heard it. Sergei von Zarevich was his
What
name.
about Sergei?
Oh, that's the sword. Sword, what shall we call you?
Again, you don't really get any kind of response.
Do you like Sergei?
Get a feeling of indifference. That's the word I was looking for before. Indifference.
Indifferent.
It doesn't like you.
Well, I haven't even told you what it felt like. How do you even guess that? What,
He looks better on
Because
hang on.
the light's dimming.
I'm getting
That's how we
You're
get
making it dumber talking to it.
I get
Oh,
a
no.
feeling. I get a feeling of jealousy from you, Zadriel. I offered you the sword first. I said you could have it, but you said no. You take it. I'm not a sword person. I don't want to have it if it's going to upset you at me.
It gives feelings. If we are passing by the goats, I'm gonna kick one of those skulls on while we're walking by to open the. Are they made of bone?
You're gonna do that.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. Are they made of bone?
We'll go back to the scene then.
Too late. She's seen it.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
Too late. You've said it. As you guys move
Shit.
over to the goat pen,
Yep,
Fibble said you're going to get your
exactly.
wish.
you might get your wish, Fibble here.
Shit.
Zadriel will be over here. Sort
I'm
of.
just going to kick the soccer ball skull.
Put yourselves where you want to be within sort of 10 feet of Zadriel.
Oh God.
As you say you kicked one of the
I
post
would like
skulls.
to kind of like loosen the post. Is
You
what
try
I'm
and loosen
trying
the
to
post.
do.
As you reach out and try and loosen this post, the eyes on the skull, the eyes on the skull light up with a green glow. And poor Addock down there shat himself there, guys, just so
Yeah, that up too loud in his ears.
That was pretty loud. I'm sorry, Cam. I'm sorry. But you hear just that almighty screech from the from the skull, and as you do, off in the distance, we better put you back over here. Off in the distance, you hear something. You're not sure what it is. It's muffled, but you can hear something moving.
Maybe we should go to the stone.
Sadriel, what did you do?
I didn't do anything. You didn't see me do anything. We'll go to the stone. Let's run. Let's run. Let's run.
Do you move?
I'm moving.
Running to the stone? Okay.
So you now run across the river.
I look
Moving.
fucking piss bolted towards the stone.
With that, as you get across the river, the first part of the river, and you turn back and sort of looking over your shoulder as you're running to see what is possibly coming, you see a large figure sort of looming out of the darkness, heading towards the goat pen, and it's a large, almost looks like a large dragon skull, upside down, with a darkened figure standing inside of it, and it's hovering about 15 feet off the ground, moving directly towards the goat pen. I'm just going to make a quick roll here.
Maybe she'll think the goats kicked it.
I think that was extremely lucky for you guys. Doesn't seem to notice you as she floats towards the pen and then around the pen. As she gets to the you would all probably have to stop in the reeds before you cross the second part of the river, as she sort of looks around looking to see who has touched this fence. She doesn't notice you.
Just a question. This
Yes.
is gonna sound stupid. So I'm looking at this map, and it looks like we have lights. Do we have light on still?
I would think that you would be smart enough to douse the lights at this point.
Yeah, we were running.
I don't know. Ask the group.
Roll a d6.
As soon as we hit there, well, I definitely would have. Oh, I actually left my torch on the ground anyway.
Yeah, I think you left your torch on the ground up by the thing, but I would say I'm going to be a nice enough demon and say that you would have been smart enough to
We were like,
Thank you, dear.
put the torches out, because of the sound alone, and then hearing something coming, knowing what you'd been told about this particular hag, that she's a lot more formidable than the hags you've faced before. So I would imagine that you've distinguished your lights.
Okay, just making sure. Put it out
Good
there.
question though, Skaters, good question, but I could be a real nasty DM and say, nope, your lights are on, she sees you and she's going to come and fuck you up. But for the moment, we'll say that no, she did not see you, because I rolled low on her perception check anyway. So I would say she's preoccupied with the noise of the fence and checking to make sure the goats are still there.
I'm gonna be the bad guy here. Maybe I had the sun sword in my hand though, giving off light.
You
right?
did indeed. Roll a d6 for me.
I was running with it in my hand, so.
Roll was low, Colonel. Shut up.
Just roll a d6 for me.
But I'm being the honest guy. Oh fuck! How do I do it on this? Oh, yeah, here we go.
Yeah, you got a dice tray down the bottom if you want to roll just in boundary. So a 6. She does not see you.
Excellent.
Does not seem to notice the sword.
She's a blind hag.
She was preoccupied.
As we're running, I extinguish it. Like, does it turn off on its own, or does it just stay glowing?
It seems to, again, I would actually no. What I would say is, the moment the alarm sounded and you started running, the sword seemed to have a mind of its own somewhat, and dimmed out to a point where it would not have been seen.
Sweet. As I'm running away with the others, I'm going to ask the sword. Sword, would you be able to kill a hag?
Get a relatively positive feeling from it, but it's almost like a indifferent / positive, as if it say, well, it's almost trying to tell you I'd rather kill Strahd.
Right. Yep.
That's the kind of the feeling you get.
Sweet.
But eventually you make it back to the standing stones, and Muriel is gone. But you are safe for the time being.
Do we get a sense of being safe, or
roll a perception check?
Like we did before?
You get that warm feeling still there. Like, it definitely feels like it almost feels like home, being inside this circle for some reason. It's an odd feeling.
18, by the way.
Yeah, you feel relatively safe. I mean, you are exposed to the night air, but it feels warm inside the circle, where it feels cooler outside of the circle. Emilia feels probably a lot more comfortable than anyone else, but it's almost like it's almost like you can hear the circle talking to you, Emilia. And it's in Druidic. It's almost a Druidic murmur. It's like nature's communicating with you, just on a higher level than speaking.
Are we time of night, DM? Would you roughly be?
By now, you'd be hitting on to probably around, looking at Zadriel's shield.
Yeah.
You'd be gauging probably around 7 or 8 o'clock at night. So it's still relatively early, but you've got at least a night ahead of you before obviously the morning comes, and you know that not more than probably 250 feet away from you is a very formidable opponent, so you've been told. And she is now aware that possibly someone is near.
Okay, people. And I sit down in the middle of the circle, roughly, give or take.
Yeah.
I like every single one of you at this point in time. We've gotten to know each other quite well. We're fighting for the same cause. But I'm afraid we're going to have to sleep here for the night, like Scape has suggested. Correct me if I am wrong.
Well, it's either that or we face whatever's out there.
Debo, do you have your alarm still?
Yep. I can cast alarm. No worries.
Will it do this circle? Could you run it around the stones here?
Well, let's see.
Pretty sure it's only a doorway or a window from memory.
Choose a door, a window, or an area within range that is no larger than 20 foot by 20 foot cube.
So you can do a 20-foot cube around the group. So
That's
anyone,
at least,
so it's not huge.
Yeah.
That's okay.
But the thing is,
20-foot cube's a reasonable size though. That's 40 foot around. Oh, 20 foot around. Sorry.
I can cast it 3 times and then do rituals casting.
Could have more.
Yeah, I would allow it.
So you can have
if you
multiple.
were, if you were to set up multiple alarms and link them, I'd allow it.
Yeah, so I'd put one there.
I'd say looking at that circle, you would have to cast at least 5. Cover the entire circle.
I was just thinking going north, east, south, west.
Would 20 feet cover?
Well, unfortunately, it doesn't have a block, so I can't really.
So 20 feet to there.
From stone to stone, it's 50 feet.
That's 25 feet from.
Yeah, I'd say you'd have to cast it 5 times to cover the entire circle.
All right, I'll instant cast 3 of them.
Yep.
And then I'll ritual cast, so they'll take 20 minutes anyway.
Yep, no problem.
I could have my steed warn us, so he can stay up in the night
How long does the steed last?
until it hits 0, or I turn it off
Really?
with an action. Yep.
Wow.
When the steed drops to 0, it disappears, leaving behind no form. You can also dismiss your steed at any time using an action.
Cool.
There's that mechanical flying thing too.
Yes, you do have Matrix as well,
Mm-hmm.
But it can't communicate.
You can
but can't communicate.
I can
Yet.
communicate with the steed.
yeah.
Oh, but it can peck at your head, right? So if you're asleep, it can land on you, and it can go.
But the
pick,
thing
pick.
about it, it will actually do what anyone says, any friendly player says. So we could have it flying around and then fly back to like the center if it sees something that isn't one of us.
I mean, you could probably, if it takes instruction, you could probably instruct it to pick someone or flap its wings around someone's face or head to wake them.
Yeah,
I think that would be fair.
To fly around, and if it sees something, to come back and land in the center.
But will
That
that
way we know.
will that wake anybody up though?
Well, we have a watch, hopefully.
I'm
Well,
activating
if you're gonna have
the
watching,
steed.
yeah.
If it wasn't on the alarm when it flies through the alarm, it
there
would
you go.
set it off.
Ah, right.
Makes sense. Thing is, yeah, I mean, you could communicate. Well, can you communicate with a Fey steed? Speak with animals. This is the thing, 'cause
It
it's a
says-
magical spell.
While your steed is within 1 mile of you, you can communicate with each other
Interesting.
telepathically.
Look at that. I've never used that spell before, so we
That's
learn
pretty
something
cool.
every day.
So
You don't
bring a
even need to
steed up.
speak with animals. You can communicate
Yeah.
with it telepathically.
So I bring my steed up into the circle.
So you're going to have it in the circle when the alarm is cast, so it is covered by the spell, or you're going to have it on the outside of the circle.
I think I'll have it on the inside because it can still see.
Does your
Something
horse
coming,
have dark
right?
vision?
I don't know.
Probably not. I'm pretty sure Warhorse doesn't. I'm assuming it uses the Warhorse status. Warhorse stats.
Well, it says the steed takes on a form you choose: a warhorse, a pony, camel, elk, or a mastiff.
So which will you choose? Is the point there? If it's a
Maybe-
warhorse, it does not have dark vision.
Maybe the mastiff because he can sniff. Maybe.
Yep, that makes sense. It still doesn't have dark vision, but I would give them advantage on perception checks that would rely on smell and hearing.
Yeah.
So you're
So I'll
going
do
to
that.
form the mastiff
Yeah.
inside or outside of the circle? Is the next question.
I'll do it outside before Fibble casts.
So casting your find steed in the form of a large mastiff dog outside of the circle, once again, unfortunately, your
Aw.
beautiful mastiff doesn't look like a beautiful mastiff, instead looks like an undead version of that particular creature. Red glowing eyes, its lips are pulled back and taut against its flesh, against its skull, sunken in skin, hugging its rib cage, chunks of flesh missing, fur missing. A very hideous looking creature, but it is loyal to you, and you can still communicate with it telepathically,
And
and
I'm
it'll follow your instructions.
gonna say, can you keep watch tonight and guard us if anything goes wrong? And That's what I command it to do, kind of thing. Circle
And
the.
it pants excitedly. Looks really disturbing in an undead form, but it follows instruction.
I shall also take first watch.
So who is
Relying on-
taking first watch?
Yeah, I think I will.
So, Carnos first watch. We need 4 watches if you're all going to get a long rest.
I'll take second.
Third watch.
Haddock will say, yeah, I'll take the third one. I've got pretty good dark vision.
And who's going to take the final watch in small hours?
I'll do that one.
Okay. So Carnos, Skathis, Haddock, and Fibble on watch. Throughout the evening, Carnos will take first watch. Do you guys have tents by any chance? I don't think any of you have purchased a tent in the entire time you've been in Barovia.
Haven't needed them.
No,
we
you've
have
had
a bedroll.
You've had one. Well, you all got bedrolls as part of your adventurers packs or dungeon delvers packs. You have spent one night outside of Vallaki, I think, since you 2 nights outside of Vallaki, and last time you made a makeshift lean-to, and doesn't seem to be that kind of materials too close to where you are inside the circle. It's all marshy. It's wet. The ground's marshy and wet. A little bit of cobblestone, but it's warm, so you probably don't need shelter too much. Doesn't look like it's going to rain. You lay out your bedrolls. Emilia, Zadriel, Bibble, Haddock, and Skathis, you will set yourselves up to go through a long rest, go through your sleep for the night. Carnos remains up to take first watch.
Before that, I'm going to sort of go over to Carlos and say, I haven't eaten in ages, and I don't remember the last time I did eat. I don't suppose I'd be able to, and she holds out her flask, her whatever the heck she has.
You've got a water flask or a water skin. You've got the ability to capture the life essence of the human Carnos.
Emilia, your memory is shocking. Just yesterday, I gave you a vial of the stuff. I can give you more. There's no hassle. But you did feed as of yesterday. This morning, maybe not so much because you were looking for breakfast. You said, but
Emilia, roll a wisdom save for me, please. Because it has indeed been over 24 hours since you were in bed.
Me and Ismart gave her some the night before.
Yeah, she pretty much used all that.
For the healing, okay.
The healing, so 18. It is night time, so that will be a +3, so that'll be a 21. Is even at that height of a roll, you are struggling.
Yeah.
You're not struggling to the point where you will attack Carnos, but you can see his carotid artery pulsing, even standing maybe 10 feet away from him. Your vision sort of zooms in, tunnel vision focuses on that vein, and you can see it throbbing in his neck. As he sort of talks, the voice sort of muffles a little bit as you just sort of lose focus just for a moment, and then you sort of snap out of it and refocus again.
As she's doing that, I sort of get my dagger and I just cut a little bit, and where I have to, and I just start putting it into her flask. I'm assuming this is while everyone's sort of prepping their beds and stuff.
Perception checks all around for those that want to, if you notice. I mean, they would probably be endeavouring to
hiding it.
Not like hide it, but it wouldn't be like fully open. So Zadriel didn't see anything. Fibble doesn't see anything. Haddock doesn't see anything.
Wow.
Yeah. We were Skathis. Does Skathis make one? Skathis doesn't see anything with a natural one. No one notices a thing.
We didn't even try.
I know, you didn't even try to hide it, but no one notices. They're all busy prepping themselves ready for bed.
Yeah.
That is shocking.
Emilia, you feeling all right though?
Just really hungry and really tired.
All right,
So just for context for you, Emilia, at this particular moment, because it's been over 24 hours, and with how you're currently feeling, you know you're getting to the point where you're going to have to start feeding regularly. 24 hours is too long. It is getting harder and harder to fight off that immense, that urge just to rip someone's throat out and drink the fresh blood directly from the wound. It is becoming, that bestial sort of feeling within you is becoming harder and harder to resist.
Yeah.
So you're not feeling so great, huh?
Someone beat me into a coma the other night, and I was literally not aware enough to know if I actually had a full meal when you said you fed me the other day.
That's fair.
So, but I'm beginning to feel as if I'm going to need to eat more.
Something you said the other day, not long after the bashing, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're worried that you'd lost your ability to be like nigh on immortal, right?
Yes, I did say that.
Would this not prove the fact that if you're still hungry for the blood, that it's still a thing?
Well, if I'm hungry for the blood and I don't have that protection, then if I come after someone, which, to be frank, will probably be you,
It's okay, I have a magic sword that will destroy a beast like you now.
was what I was concerned about before is if I still was what I was, is there wasn't a single person here that could stop me if I did. Now you have that sword, you may put up a fight against me.
You are quite certain of yourself here.
Oh, I was like 24 hours ago. A lot's changed since then.
We can prove that you're not immortal, right? We just have to cast a healing spell on you, and you will take damage.
Yeah, I guess you just sort of have to incapacitate me, I guess.
We don't want to hurt you right now, but the point is, I'll just keep giving you blood as long as you need it. But we might have to ask other people as well, because I'm going to get a bit, drained and tired if I have to keep doing that all the time myself.
Well, the other guys sort of don't smell delicious like you do.
Oh, that's right. I'm the only handsome one here. I forgot about that. Oh well. We'll do what we can do for a time, but we're going to have to fix this, right?
Yes, well, that's the hope. Yeah, I can get rid of this. But...
I shall pray to the DM tonight on my watch while you're all sleeping that we can make this work.
It sort of looks at it feet with a sort of almost angered look when you say that you're going to pray to your DM.
So with that, you bleed into the water skin for Emilia. Enough to a point where you feel comfortable, which is probably not a huge amount, because you have done it a couple of times already.
Yeah.
And yeah, if you do drain too much, you will gain a level of exhaustion.
I'll just drain enough to subside it for now, and then probably once, because watch will be what, a couple of hours.
Be 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours.
So if I do watch, would I be able to do one again for her before I go to sleep?
I would say so. As long as you rested and got a full rest, you'd be fine.
Yeah.
If you were disturbed during the night, you would get that level of exhaustion.
Yep. Okay, I'll go with that.
Because you would have to rest completely to recover 100%.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Okay.
So
Emily is going to consume all that he's just given, and then she's going to drop Cure Wounds on him.
The wound wouldn't be... you can do it and it'll heal the wound. Don't even roll for it.
Anyway.
Yeah, so don't roll for it. He's going to get a long
I
rest
had
anyway.
damage, so that's...
Yeah.
So
But
26 points of healing. I dropped the biggest one.
So you're going into a long rest, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I just need to check something in the circle after she heals me.
Yes.
Does anything different happen with her heal within the circle?
Yes, actually. How many hit points had you lost?
I had lost... she healed me a little bit anyway. So I had...
52 or 75.
Yeah, so... I was
Okay,
down to
so
61.
even if the heal hadn't maxed you out, you feel like the heal was just a lot stronger than heals that you'd received before. So it would have healed you to max regardless of how much you had lost. So if you'd been if you'd been on 5 hit points, the heal would have healed you back to max.
And as I sort of prepping for bed and that, I'm going to go, I wonder. And I'm going to walk to one side of the circle. I'm going to misty step to the other side.
And you do so. You need to roll your percentage die, please.
Yeah. Yep.
Tell me what you rolled too.
Oh, it'll come up on screen, hopefully.
Oh, you're going to roll on screen? Awesome. The 57. You're lucky. Extremely lucky. That 20% that it has been has increased since your last rest, and it is now at 50%. So you now have a 50% chance of becoming paralyzed for an hour after casting Misty Step.
Shouldn't have told me. Should have kept it secret.
I was going to, but now I'll tell you.
Okay.
So you were close. So 57. That was pretty good. So you were just outside. So yeah, from now on, 50% chance to be paralyzed for an hour after casting Misty Step.
After I step, I'm like,
sad. Yeah, well, as you Misty Step and you sort of stop for a second, you feel the muscles sort of tighten just for a split second, and then they release and relax.
Oh, that's new. Right.
But other than that, you're fine.
We're going into watch, are we?
And we'll go into watch, and we will call our session there, guys. As we head into watch, nothing's going to happen during the night. So the watches don't really need to be rolled for next session. When we come into the next session, it'll be first thing in the morning.
I will just make a note then, DM.
Yeah. So just make a note of anything you wanted to do during your watches.
Yep.
For the night.
Sweet. I'll mention that for next game.
Yeah. Well, because unless there was any specific RP between crossovers you wanted to do, let me know.
Oh no, I was just going to do Carlos Praying to DM. It's all good.
Okay, so yeah, so just send me a DM of anything that you particularly wanted to do during your watch on your own. You will not be disturbed while in the circle. Zadriel, your Mastiff will not detect anything outside of the circle as long as it doesn't stray too far from the circle. So as a general course, you guys will be relatively safe within the circle for this night. So that is the end of this particular session, and Cam, just for you, mate. I'm sorry, I had to. Come on. So chat, thank you for hanging out with us tonight for another Wednesday night Curse of Strahd. We're going to go around the panel now, get some moments from tonight's episode, and chat, put yours in as well. Anything that stands out for you. I said we did get a few clips tonight. That was awesome. I will go through those clips over the next few weeks, and eventually I'll make up a small sort of montage of the best D&D clips and chuck them up on YouTube. So we'll start with Zadriel. We're going to go down this way. So Zadriel, you're first.
Muted.
You're muted. You're muted.
Okay, there we go. So I will get, since jump scares is probably going to be the favorite, but I'm going to say Ismark having his sword out a couple times is my favorite. I like that one.
I think everyone touching Carlos' sword is going to be a fan favorite.
Yeah. All right, so that's it for me. So
that's it for you. Emilia, a moment from you, please.
Oh, I had both of those as well. The jump scares and the having the sword out in battle were definitely the best bits for me.
Awesome. And Fiddlestip.
The sword being a Dilligaff sword, and Zadriel not knowing what Dilligaff stands for.
He's not Australian. You got to give her. I mean, mind you, how long have you been in Australia?
Yeah, she's been here for 6 years, and she does actually know the song.
She knows the song too. Oh well,
Yeah, I've played it once before.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but
Okay. I'll tell you after the stream, babe.
And Mr. Addock.
I will say that I absolutely hated the jump scare. That was terrible.
Well, at least I know it worked.
But
I thought you fell off your chair, mate. It was a pretty energetic reaction.
I was thinking about something completely unrelated, and it just shot in my head. But no, I did like the fact that Zadriel attacked the goat cage when we all knew not to do it. She just couldn't help herself. So that was a favourite moment of myself. That moment there.
Scathus, Bliss Form, welcome to the stream.
Yeah, so jump scare, of course. That was awesome. Nice reaction there, Cam. Yes, the sword and the what did you do, Zadriel?
I'll tell you what, yeah, that was crazy. You're just new to the stream. Well, you're just coming right at the end, unfortunately. As far as wanting to see them in battle, come back next week and you may just see that. Carnos.
For me, there's a couple of earlier moments. Obviously, everything everyone stated so far was pretty hilarious. But I liked the Zadriel saying to Phil, just send mattress. And he's like, Matrix. And the Emilia with the deer form in the circle, out the circle, rotten corpse, live, rotten corpse, live.
Yes, so list form we play every Wednesday night, and don't get a battle every night. We do focus a lot more on RP and story than we do on battles. But yeah, so yeah, the lasagna or lasagna mispronounced of Bubba Saga from Mina. That was definitely a moment for me as well. But just again, the undead deer in and out of the circle, the undead mastiff being cast outside of the circle, and then Zadriel. I would like to go and kick the post.
Yeah.
After I'd already switched the scene, it's like, really? You want to go back there? Cool. Let's go back there. I'm all for it. Let's do it. Luckily for you, she rolled a 6 on her perception check.
She's one blind hag.
She is. If she'd rolled a 10 or higher, she would have seen you and chased you down. And we probably would have had another battle, but I probably would have called it there, so because the battle probably will take some time. I would not want to have started a battle that late in the game and stop halfway through, so I probably would have called it a little early if that was the case. But yeah, so some cool moments tonight from the team. Obviously the jump scare thing. I knew some. I thought it was going to be Zadriel that would jump at that, not Cameron. To be honest, to be really fair, I really expected it was going to be Auntie.
Battle worn now.
But again, apologies for the earlier hiccups for Foundry. Foundry's still new. I'm still learning it. So there's going to be a few minor hiccups here and there. The sound still isn't quite working properly that I can tell.
I reckon
seems
it's
to
working fine.
stop.
Just ask Cam.
Well, some of them are, definitely. Nutty's trying in mind tricks on my cup again. But yeah, so hopefully as they do more and more updates and stuff, it'll become more and more fluent and more stable. I'll get more fluent with running things on it. So hopefully we'll get there. So we should be pretty good. What have we got coming up tomorrow night, Thursday night? I'm not sure what I'm doing yet. Possibly Call of Duty Plunder. If Trash is keen, we'll do some plunders, see if Gung Ho's around, and we'll get some even if Flato's around too, we'll get some quads done, have some fun with that.
We'll probably join up with AWOL too, if I remember correctly.
Oh yeah, Thursday. AWOL's on, isn't he? He did say he was going to be back. Cool. So yeah, so we'll do that tomorrow night. Friday night we'll be doing session 0 with Yanti for the Stormlord's Wrath, the next module in the Ice by Peak campaign. and we'll be starting that next Friday on Yanti's channel. So guys, make sure you're following Yanti. If you're not, go over there and do that, because that will be a lot of fun. I'm playing in that one. Yanti is our DM. So there is her link. Go check it out. Hit the follow button. And then on Sunday we're back here for some Vampire the Masquerade with Baz as a storyteller. And our full group will be back together as of with a new night, starting a new night. So the end of the night we left off with Jackson making a hurried exit and heading back to his haven after a rather disturbing phone call, and we'll be starting pretty much back at Jackson's haven the following night. Possibly.
Yes, vampires, get all the information to me of what you want me, because everyone's doing something a little bit different at the beginning of the game, so I need anything you guys want me to have ready, because it'll be hard to do on the fly. Because I don't. Do
we want to finish off that night then instead?
No.
We're just going to do it off that. So you pretty much know what Jackson's going to do. He's going to go assess the situation and.
Yeah. I've given you all that information. It's just a few that I don't have anything from yet. So.
Okay, so yeah, there you go, guys. Anyone has got anything to do the prior night before the changeover, let Baz know so we can get that through. Just to let the other vampires know, my night will probably start with 2 phone calls, one to Zane and one to Echo. So that's pretty much how we're going to start it.
Cool.
So with that said, that is us for the evening. And we will see you all again next time. We should probably raid someone, I guess. Let's see who's around. Who have we got in the D&D worlds, guys? We have... Touch my hand, that's weird. D&D.
Hi, Natty in the background. Hi.
Fable 42, that's a rerun. All rolled out. They'll be running for 3 hours. They'll be running King Sax. Wow. King Sax D&D. I think we rated him one other time, didn't we? Yeah, Magic, you'll be back soon enough, buddy. Well, it doesn't look like there's many D&D. There's a lot of reruns tonight. Don't want to raid a foreign one like we did last time. I've been running for 2 hours. Although I've only got 2 viewers, been running for nearly 3 hours. Looks like they're a Kiwi channel.
Yeah, show them some love anyway.
We'll go raid these guys. Kiwis. What are they called? Punk Pyro Show. See if I can get my raid proper tonight. Right, copy.
Oh my god.
Create a dashboard. Last time I hit the wrong button and it didn't raid properly. So hopefully these guys don't finish up very soon, or we hope we don't raid them right as they're ending. Come on. Do you think? Let's end this. Go start our raid. Started? Yes, it started. Sweet. Right, guys. We will see you tomorrow night. Bye.